What was the fashion like at the Burgundian court? Imagine walking into a grand hall during the late Middle Ages and seeing a sea of shimmering fabrics and intricate designs. That's what the Burgundian court was all about. During the 14th and 15th centuries, the court's clothing set trends across northern Europe, especially in the Benelux region. The Dukes of Burgundy were incredibly wealthy, and their clothes reflected that power and status. They used the finest fabrics like rich silks, brocades, velvet, and fine wool. These materials were imported from major trading cities like Bruges and Antwerp, making the garments truly luxurious. The clothing was decorated with gold threads, elaborate embroidery, and fur trims, especially ermine, which was a symbol of royalty. Sometimes they even added small bells to belts or garments, creating a jingling sound that announced their presence. The shapes and styles of the clothing were just as striking. Women wore slim, elongated dresses with high belts placed just under the bust, which made their figures look taller and more elegant. Skirts were narrow and often had long trains, which showed off their social rank. Queens could have trains up to about 5 meters long, while lower nobility had shorter ones. Men wore long tunics and overgarments called houppelans, which had wide, flowing sleeves. These garments were often richly brocaded, showing off their wealth. The famous Burgundian gown was a layered dress with a V-shaped neckline, often paired with a tall, pointed headdress called a hennin. This headdress became a symbol of the period's fashion. Black clothing became very popular, especially under Duke Philip the Good. Wearing black silk was a way to show mourning and power at the same time. Women also wore elaborate collars and decorative necklines called partlets, often layered with jewelry. Fashion was more than just style. It was a way to display authority and social standing. Laws regulated who could wear what, especially regarding fabric quality and train length. These rules reinforced the social hierarchy and made fashion a political statement. Since the Burgundian territories included prosperous regions like Flanders and Brabant, their fashion influenced local dress styles and the textile trade. Flemish artisans and merchants became key players in spreading Burgundian fashion across northern Europe. Overall, the clothing at the Burgundian court was a visual symbol of wealth, power, and prestige. It created a striking image of medieval grandeur that still captures the imagination today.